Welcome to Legends of the Hidden Horde, where we plunge into the shadows of the world's most enigmatic creatures, from the depths of forgotten lakes to the dark corners of ancient forests. We weave creative and mysterious tales of the cryptids that stalk the dark reaches of the globe. Blending folklore, eyewitness accounts, and imaginative twists, we explore their origins, cultural impacts, and the chilling implications of what might truly hide in the unknown. These are their stories. Join us if you dare. Now grab your floaties and let's take a swim into episode 2, The Beast of Busco, the eternal lurker of Fulk Lake. In the shadowed heart of northeastern Indiana, where the flatlands whisper secrets to the windswept cornfields, lies the small town of Churubusco, a place where the veil between the mundane and the monstrous thins like fog over still waters. It is here, in this 7-acre expanse of Fulk Lake, that the legend of the Beast of Busco was born, not from idle tales, but from glimpses into the abyss that defies human comprehension. The year was 1898, a time when the land still bore the scars of pioneer ambition, and farmer Oscar Fulk first beheld the entity. What he saw was no ordinary reptile, but a colossal snapping turtle. Its shell, a jagged monolith rising from the murk, etched with runes that seemed older than the glaciers that carved the Midwest. Fulk spoke little of it, for in those days, to name the unnatural was to invite its wrath. He dubbed it Oscar in a futile attempt to domesticate the dread, but the name stuck like a curse, echoing through generations as both endearment and omen. Folklore paints the beast not merely as a beast of flesh and scale, but as a guardian of forgotten depths, a relic from the primordial eras where the earth heaved with titans. Local whispers, passed down in dimly lit taverns and around flickering campfires, suggest indigenous peoples of the Maumee Valley knew of it long before white settlers arrived. They called it the Eternal Snapper, a spirit bound to the lake's silty bed, feeding not on fish or fowl, but on the hubris of those who dared disturb its slumber. Edge cases in these oral traditions speak of wayward hunters vanishing into the reeds, their screams swallowed by the water, only for their bones to wash ashore years later, gnawed clean by jaws that could crush steel. Nuances abound. Some tales claim the beast is immortal, its growth unchecked by time, swelling with each soul it claims. Others say it's a cursed familiar, summoned by a long-forgotten ritual to protect sacred grounds from encroachment. Implications ripple outward. Farmers reported crops withering near the lake's edge, livestock refusing to drink from its waters, and children plagued by nightmares of yellow eyes glowing in the dark. Half a century slumbered by, the world scarred by wars and progress until July 1948 shattered the fragile peace. Two fishermen, Ora Blue and Charlie Wilson, cast their lines into Fulk Lake's opaque embrace, only to reel in terror. There, breaching the surface like a leviathan from abyssal trenches, was the beast, its shell spanning 6 feet, spiked like thorns from a hellish garden, its weight estimated at a soul-crushing 500 pounds. The air grew thick with the stench of ancient mud, and the water churned as if alive with unseen currents. Gale Harris, the lake's new steward, soon corroborated their vision, but his eyes held a darker gleam, obsession, or perhaps recognition of the entity's malevolent intelligence. Word spread like venom through veins, drawing the curious and the foolhardy. By 1949, the hunt began, a frenzy that blurred the line between pursuit and possession. The town swelled with outsiders, reporters with flashing cameras, thrill seekers with rifles, and charlatans peddling charms against the Busco's curse. Harris, driven by a mania that consumed his fortune and sanity, orchestrated the assault. They drained the lake, exposing its fetid underbelly, twisted roots like grasping fingers, relics of drowned dreams. Traps were set, steel cables woven like spider silk, but the beast snapped them with ease, its jaws echoing thunderous cracks through the night. Divers plunged into the remnants, their lights piercing voids where no light should go, only to emerge babbling of shadows that moved with purpose, of cold touches that drained the warmth from their bones. One vanished entirely, his gears surfacing days later, etched with bite marks that no known creature could inflict. Motorboats churned the waters into froth, but the beast evaded, surfacing only to mock. A glimpse of its prehistoric gaze, yellow and unblinking, promised retribution. As the hunt dragged on, the atmosphere darkened. Storms, unnatural in their fury, lashed the town, lightning illuminating silhouettes in the clouds that resembled colossal shells. Participants fell ill with fevers that whispered forgotten languages, and Harris himself aged decades in weeks, his dreams haunted by visions of the beast's origin, not a simple turtle, but a manifestation of the Earth's wrath against humanity's greed, born from polluted waters and desecrated lands. Related considerations from neighboring folklore, tales of Michigan's Dogman or Ohio's Grassman, suggest a network of cryptids, guardians against industrial blight. But the beast stood apart, his passivity a deceptive veil over predatory patience. Edge cases emerged. A child claimed to have fed it scraps, only for the offerings to be returned uneaten, laced with slime that burned the skin. Implications weighed heavy. The hunt wasn't merely for a trophy, but a confrontation with the unknown, where victory might unravel the fragile tapestries of reality. Yet, as spring bled into summer, the beast slipped away, the lake refilling with rains that tasted of salt and sorrow. The crowds departed, leaving Churubusco scarred but resilient. The entity was never captured, its existence debated as a hoax or hallucination, but the folklore endures, a warning etched in murals and festivals. Turtle Days, born in 1950, masks the terror with parades and pie contests, but beneath the cheer lurks the truth. The beast hibernates, waiting, its spikes sharpening in the silt. In the end, the Beast of Busco teaches us that the world harbors depths we are ill-equipped to fathom, shadows where ancient entities endure, mirrors into our own monstrous ambitions. To chase them is to invite the abyss to gaze back, reminding us that some mysteries are safeguards, preserving the fragile balance between humanity and the wild unknown. I really appreciate you joining me on this legend of the Hidden Horde. If you enjoyed this beastly tale, please subscribe and drop me a comment. For a deeper dive into the beast, check out the links in the show notes. Until next time, keep your eyes open. You never know what might be lurking in the shadows.